Hey, what's good, YouTube? It is your boy Fourth and Goal, better known as Rigby, man, and we are back again with another video. Super excited for this video, man. It is Friday night, but it's the first week of free agency, and it has been a very exciting week. A lot of teams have gotten better. Some teams have gotten worse, if not stagnant, and some teams like the Detroit Lions are making some wild card moves, man. But we're gonna get into all of that, man. But first, I need you guys to hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 50 subs. I greatly appreciate it, man. We're at like 28 subs right now at the time of this recording. So I want to say that I love you guys and I thank you guys so much. So like I said, man, the Detroit Lions are making some wild moves, man, and they're a bit questionable because they don't really need to make these moves in my eyes. So what I'm talking about is they're loading up in the cornerback, really the secondary. As you can see right here, the 2022 secondary, you had Jerry Jacobs, Jeff Okudah, you had Will Harris, you had the sensational Kirby Joseph, Deshaun Elliott, and Mike Hughes. That was pretty much their starting secondary. And then potentially going into 2023, so you still have Jeff Okudah and Jerry Jacobs, Will Harris, I believe, Kirby Joseph, but you're adding Emmanuel Mosley, Cameron Sutton, and Mike Hughes is potentially on the move to a different team, but I think personally he's going to re-sign. And I think where the big like wild card is the fact that you have Jeff Okudah and Cameron Sutton both at the 1-2 positions, but Jerry Jacobs, he can play the 1-2 position, and so can Emmanuel. He can play the 1-2. And if you bring back Mike Hughes, if he's still the slot, it's just like you're going to have a big overload of just really good cornerback. And quite honestly, you don't really need all that cornerback depth. You can use that on the D line. You can use that in the linebacking core, but you never use that on the secondary. And just in my eyes. And like I said, Jerry Jacobs or Jeff Okudah, they did not have bad seasons. As you can see right here, Jerry Jacobs, he had 60 targets, he had 33 balls being caught, about 55%, 408 yards, about 37 yards a game, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and a 75 QBR. And Jeff Okudah, he made a really big jump. He had 65 targets, 40 balls being caught, about 61.5%, 621 yards, about 41 yards a game, 1 touchdown, one interception and 2 touchdowns with a 97 QBR. And yes, those are not like Pro Bowl, Hall of Fame numbers, but again, those are really solid numbers. Now, looking at both Mosley and Cameron Sutton, where Sutton had a really underrated year with 71 targets, 36 balls being caught, about 50% of balls being caught on him, 411 yards, 25 yards a game. He had 3 interceptions, 4 touchdowns, and about a 70 QBR. Whereas Mosley only played about 5 games, a really small sample size, but we know what he did with the Niners, man. I mean, he really did produce when he is healthy and on the field. So I do like the moves, but it's just so much depth at that cornerback position. Moving on to the Chicago Bears, I actually love this move with them getting Robert Tonyan. If you guys, in my underrated videos, I had him where he's a really good second or third target on a team. He's not a really good, main target, but I love this move because he's another target for Justin Fields in the tight end game. Now, with these running quarterbacks, when they have really good receiving tight ends, like that's where that's their bread and butter. You have Cole Kmet, I think, still, and you have Robert Tonyan, both at the tight end positions. Both can block, catch and receive, and do all that stuff. Really good pickup. You also still have DJ Moore, which again, that is a really good move. As we all know, they traded for him with the first overall pick, trading back, getting like the 9th overall pick, DJ Moore, and I think like 2 or 3 other draft picks and stuff like that. So I really do like that move, man, and I like how they moved off of David Montgomery. Well, actually, for both teams, the Lions and the Bears, the Lions got David Montgomery getting some more running back depth because they did not want to pay that not hefty contract, but they didn't want to fully commit to both DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams. So I like how they went with the cheaper option in David Montgomery. But at the same time, the Bears, they move off of David Montgomery, just try to get another running back, to fit their scheme. But the only criticism that I'm going to give the Bears is not paying Roquan Smith, but they paid Trey Edmonds pretty much like the same deal. I think 1 or 2 years like less, but that's like the only like real criticism. But besides that, I love the move, what they're doing. Hopefully that they draft somebody that's, you know, in the defense side of the ball, not offense. They need to fix that pass rushing game. Besides that, again, I do love all the Bears moves and things like that. So moving on to the Miami Dolphins, man. This Jalen Ramsey trade, one of the most lopsided trades in NFL history. Getting an all-pro corner just for a third-round pick and a backup tight end, that is crazy. But financially, Jalen Ramsey, he's still getting paid max money and things like that, which can be a question mark because can he still produce at a Jalen Ramsey level, you know, all-pro and things like that. The thing is, the Dolphins, outside of that, they did sign Deshaun Elliott, which I really do like. Run stopping safety, hard hit, things like that. But besides that, like, you know, they didn't really do too much. They did let go of Mike Gillespie. He went to the Patriots, you know. So that tight end spot is a bit of a void. I don't really watch the Dolphins, so they could have a unhidden gem that I haven't seen yet. You know, I'm super excited though about this team because they did pretty much bring back everybody else on the team and things like that. Now they did let go of Byron Jones, get rid of his contract mainly because he did not play like that. And it's also looking like Eric Rowe, he's not going to return, and Trey Flowers, he's not going to return, and Melvin Ingram. So the Dolphins, you know, let's just see how it plays out, man. I'm super excited for this team, see what they do. They don't have a first round pick, so it really be interesting what they do in the draft. So yeah, man, so the Dolphins looking really interesting. But last but not least, we gotta talk about the LA Rams, man. The LA Rams are looking like a really big question mark this year. Really stagnant, borderline gotten worse. First off, the Jalen Ramsey trade, didn't really get any value from that besides getting off his contract. Let go of Bobby Wagner, Leonard Floyd, Troy Hill, Taylor Rapp. Like, they're letting go of pretty much everybody, like a lot of core pieces. Now, yes, they still have Cooper Kupp, AD, and Matthew Stafford, but besides that, like, they don't have any core pieces as part of that Super Bowl team, or any core pieces that would have helped them bounce back this year. Quite honestly, you know, they could just be tanking, try to go to a new direction, but keeping on to like Aaron Donald just for ticket sales and things like that, I really don't know. A really big question mark for this team. Now, hopefully they do pick it up and start signing players or just do something miraculous, because they don't have a first round pick, I believe, still, because they traded it, I think, in the Jalen Ramsey trade or the Matthew Stafford. Yeah, in the Matthew Stafford trade. That's right, because that's the Lions pick. So it'll be really interesting what they do this year, man. I'm rooting for them, but it's like at this point, I mean, what more could they do? I don't know, but that's pretty much it for this video. Just my thoughts, man. Just a quick little video on free agency. I'm super excited, man. Next week's gonna be a even crazier week, or well, it really can't get any crazier than the first week because people were just signing back to back. But y'all get it. This is my thoughts. This is my video on the free agency, and we out, man. Peace.